10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff.
What's up, guys? It is Monday Night Lights, also Monday Night Football, which Chris already warned us that he's got on a television nearby, so I know everybody's kind of watching it. That's fine. That's the best thing about racing. You can tune in for like a minute and a half and then go back, watch football, and then, we'll fill the space. I got two awesome guests here tonight. I have Mary Elizabeth, and she's already in the Stable Duel app, and I've got Chris, who's also in there. We'll start with some introductions. What's up, Mary? How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to have you.
Yeah, this is actually our second time meeting. We met over the summer at Saratoga, which was a lot of fun, and a great summer it was. So
yes, it was. And it was kind of like, well, I saw you twice at Saratoga. I saw you up in the grandstand, and then I saw you in the paddock, which was awesome. But I also see you on Twitter. So Mary does this awesome show with Mike, aka Rennie Time. So give her a follow. Her Twitter is right there on the screen. And check into there. Now it's called Smoke and Mare Show, right? Smoke and Mare. Smoke and Mare. Yep. So tune into Smoke and Mare. Give her a follow. You'll know when that show is on. They're awesome. They're fun. And they're well-versed in the handicapping world. I'll tell you that, which is why we brought her on tonight for obviously the big Assiniboia Downs. But below me, I got Chris, who also has some expertise with pace, which I'm always looking to learn. So we brought him back to learn a little bit more. But what's up, Chris? How are you?
Good. Always remember, the best horse players can multitask. So if they're going to watch a little Monday Night Football, play some horses, that's what we do. There's a big gap between races, Brie.
That's right. So which games are you watching? I know my Steelers got beat last night by my other half's team. So we're obviously in two separate rooms right now for good reason. So what teams are you watching tonight?
Well, the only game that's on that I know of is the Buffalo Bills and the
Titans,
Tennessee
right?
Titans.
Yeah. Okay. There's only one game on Mondays? Only one?
I think so.
I don't know. All right, fine. All right. Well, the Titans versus the Buffalo Bills. I have a few friends. So I'm from Syracuse originally. So I have some like crazy Bill Nation. And I'm glad that they had a year last year and they're a little bit back on it because it was a rough go for that team.
If the Bills ever win anything in their life, like in Buffalo, I think you're just born a loser, aren't you?
I didn't say it. Anyone that's listening, I didn't say it. Chris.
Listen, New England boy here, guys. Boston.
All right. So we should have, let me check the timer. We have got 10 minutes to go. We were just talking about which games. There is a free ride tonight. We brought the free ride back because we know a lot of you wanted to play along. There are over 200 stables in the free ride. That means you're up against over 200 people to cash at most $30, okay? I'm putting this out there. So listen, open those ears. At most, you're going to cash $30 up against 200 people. If you spend $25, you could cash $650 for first place. Now, you can go to the menu and look at how payouts work, and you can see the actual payouts there. But there's $3,000 guaranteed for a $25 entry. So if you haven't already, copy your free stable to the $25 one. Get in there. You're far more likely to cash because you're up against far less people, less competition. I know Mary's in it. Chris, are you in the $25 one?
I don't think I'm in the $25 one, but I'm in the other one. This is a last minute gig for me.
You got time. You got time.
Okay.
You got time.
Sure.
That's all I'm going to say. You got time. Yeah, you got 10 minutes, I think. And you've already got your free ride. So you can literally snap that and then go and copy it. And again, let's see where I was reading them. I think Stable Duel's Twitter just put them out, but $650 to first place, $475 to second, $350 for third, $250, $150, $100, $70, and it just keeps going, guys. Like, I know, $25, but that's like 3 Starbucks right now. 3. So, any Hooters. So we have a fun card of 8 races. And we were talking that it's a little tough. It's always tough at Assiniboia Downs. We do have a stakes race, 50,000 in the second one. But we're going to talk, and we're going to bring in the expertise of these two lovely people to talk about race one and see who they got. And I also have a couple fun stable duel announcements today, including Pennsylvania Derby this weekend. We're going to do some giveaways on Twitter. This hat's going to be one of those giveaways. We have another Parks hat. And then we always do one giveaway on the live stream. Dennis Trusty won it last time, which he never wins anything in stable duel, so he's real excited. And we have Assiniboia Downs hats and shirts. So lots to be had. But why don't we go to race one? I'm missing comments here. In's in the house. We're glad that you're here. Who needs NFL when you have Bree and friends? Well, I'm happy that you're here and happy to introduce you to Mary and Chris because new friends are always needed. So, okay. We ready, guys? So race one, it's a claiming 3,500. Watch out. It's got six horses in this race. Was there any super standouts to you, Mary? Did you love any value picks here? What was your take on race one?
Well, first, I want to know how the sixth horse made it past the Jockey Club.
Yeah, I know, right? There are some fun names in this one.
Yes, it definitely was. I had a hard time beating the six, Hoochie Hoochie Sam. The one that if I were to try to go against it, I would have taken the one. Just because if you're going off 10-1, if you can find value on that, I would take it, especially because the last out had a 51 buyer. So just based on that alone, I would potentially take a shot on the one as well.
Yeah, I didn't mind the one. And I mean, it is moving up, I guess, a little bit from its last first, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to be like moving up when it's a difference of $2,000. So can't fault you on that one. What about Chris? What do you think?
So this is a bad race. This is a hard one to pick from. I'll tell you that when I went through this, I liked the 4. I liked the 5. Here's my deal with the 6. Listen, I get he's dropping in class, but is there really that much difference between 3,500 and 5,000? Maybe at this track, maybe there is. But listen, he's run at par. But here's the thing that concerns me: this horse is 1 for 11 at the distance. There's no way I'm touching that horse at 9-5. No way. Mm-hmm. So when I did look at this and I saw that, and I was going through the field here and I was trying to figure out, okay, well, if I don't like the 6, okay, and my screen stopped working. The other 2 that I really liked, I like the 4. Again, same thing. He's a class dropper, and I think that he's lost once, hasn't done that well at ASD, but last race finished 2.5 lengths. I think there's some I think there's some good stuff with that horse. And actually, when I capped this, Bree, and I looked at it to begin with, I actually had a couple other horses in the mix, but I wanted to share. Those of you guys that know me have been sending out these pace sheets. I don't know if I can share my screen, Bree. I don't think I have it hooked up. Can you put race 1 up for me? Because I just want to show something real quick.
I can do it.
And usually when I run these sheets, it's at probably some of the more consistent tracks. That's why I try to focus on your Saratogas, your Kentucky Downs, and looking at that piece. But here's what stuck out to me. The 4 actually has the best total pace. The 4 has the best early pace. This race is 7 furlongs, and when you look at it, obviously on the dirt, 7 furlongs, you're going to probably have an early speed advantage. I like the 4, and I like the 3. So for the stable duel, I'll tell you, I went ahead and just went with the 4 here in race 1.
So $8,000. I mean, it's not a value, but it's not the 9,600 that's coming a bit later in the card. Dropping and to the pace projections. Yeah, I don't think that that's a bad pick. And we've got a couple others here. Got in that's chose club champ as well. It looks like Todd is on Flash of Glory. So it'll be interesting to see how this one sets up. So for pace, how do you look at track conditions? Do you update it for track conditions?
I haven't done that yet. That's something that's in the works. But I mean, typically, if a track is the track off tonight? I don't even know.
I think the track is sloppy tonight.
Ooh.
But again, like these horses pretty much live at this racetrack, so you can usually find.
Yeah. That factors some stuff into it, especially on coming off the pace. But Obviously you want to be forwardly placed on a sloppy track, but I'm not concerned about that with a 4 here. I like the 4. I don't think he's going to go to the front end, but again, he's got some good early speed. He's got some good pace when you put it in comparison. And this is the other thing too. Why would you take the 6? And the 6 may very well win this one, but what's the salary on Stable Duel for the 6? Because I can't see it on my phone.
So the 6 is 9 to 5, which is costing you $9,200.
So why would you take the 6?
So almost 2 average of horses.
Yeah. So why would you take that? And then when you look at the bubbles here on the sheet, the 6 is in the mix there. Yeah, it looks good. He's got some good early speed compared to the field, but at 6, 1, 2, and 3, they're all about the same. So I'm not playing the chalk on this one.
And I've used pace sheets. I've told Eddie before I use pace sheets, and I look through them all the time, and they're scary accurate. So
that needs to be the marketing slogan. Scary accurate.
Scary accurate.
I look at it, and Eddie's like, okay, look at this. This is what I have for pace sheets for this, and it's very accurate for cold exactas and everything. So.
Yep. People forget the other side of it. We can handicap all we want all day long. And I like to think I'm okay at handicapping, but it's amazing the horses that I see. I'm looking for gaps. I'm looking for differences and how many times it happens when you look at that late speed box in the bottom right, where that top horse ends up being in second. It's amazing how those horses end up in the second place. Like I have a hard enough time picking winners, but that's my little safety net on exactas. So just sharing that bit of advice with everybody.
Well, interesting thing here is if anybody is swinging here and really needed the value, so the $750 horse, Barley Boy, that horse did win at Assiniboia Downs on a sloppy track. So if we're looking at sloppy, which is what the track is currently rated, and you look at any of the horse's stats and you look at sloppy, that is the only horse that has won. Making sure before. Yep. A lot of them haven't even raced that sloppy. But again, anything can happen here. So, and morning line 12 to 1, sitting at 11 to 1 in case you all would like to go to your traditional ADW betting and throw a win place on that horse. Some people, don't do win place show. That's fine. Totally up to you. Is there anyone that you 3 would bet a straight win on in this race? Mary, you first.
Probably not. I'm probably going to wait for, if I were to bet anything that was more value, I would probably wait until we go to how many races are on the card? Jeez.
There's 8.
Okay, so it starts in the third, the pick 5. So
yep, and we've got carryover. Yeah, so it's 0 minutes to post, but they're walking up there at the 2. Actually, it looks like a beefy individual. I'm not gonna lie. I know some people say if it's a sloppy track, they want them to be a bit lighter. Have you all heard that, or have you heard the opposite? Nothing.
I honestly have no idea. As far as looking for anything physically, I'm still kind of learning that right now. I've had a lot of people talk me through these things, and
anybody that's listening, let me know what you've heard for sloppy races. If you want a lighter horse, and I think some of this stuff is just obviously opinion, because if the horse is good enough, whether they're heavy. It's you go to turf and people will look at their feet and it's like, that looks like a turf horse because it can grab more, but I always think it's interesting to hear this stuff. So, they're walking up to the gate. Current odds, the one horse in Anayar, is that how you all would say it? Anayar?
Yeah, I would go with that.
All right, his current odds are 8 to 1, so down from 10 to 1. The 2 kind of sticking right where we were at, 12 to 1. Flash of Glory here, which was Todd's pick, is sitting at 3 to 1, so pretty close to the morning line, 2 to 1. Club Champ, the 4 horses at 3 to 1, pretty consistent. King Wit, that actually was one of my value plays if I was playing in Stable Duel at 8 to 1, so $3,000. Won the last 3, was second, the 4th out. In a maiden, 5,000 obviously has more to prove, but if you're looking for value in a short field and we're doubling up in Stable Duel, I didn't mind King Wit here. So 8 to 1 was the morning line, and it's down to 7 to 2 here. So something to keep your eye on. And then Hoochie Coochie Sam, the 6 horse, the Jockey Club question mark. is sitting at 5-2. So a lot of the odds are still pretty high. Yeah, like look at the 2. I mean, maybe it's when they dock their tails. They look like draft horses to me. Todd said best pedigree in the slop. Which one are we talking about, Todd?
Probably the one you mentioned.
The 2,
Whit.
Barley Boy?
Or the 2?
Yeah, that horse is 4 for
The 2.
6 in the money. I mean, he seems like the play right now, right? One is one's 1, 2, 2. Yeah.
Why
Barley
not?
Boy.
Let's take a little swing. So let's see where we're at in Stable Duel. It should be locked now. So good luck to everyone that has played. It's going to be a fun night. And again, we only have one more week of Assiniboia Downs. So we've got another game tomorrow, $40 entry, I think, and then closing it out next week. And it's done. It's dusted for the season. We'll all be sad because you'll only have football to watch. And Todd, yes, so Todd said the 2, Barley Boy is the best for the slot. So maybe to a lot of people that are going to feel really smart after this that put that in their stable, Barley Boy could beat out the rest at 12-1. So if you're looking for a swing on your wagering, maybe you do the 2. Todd's doing a 2, 3, 4 box. I'm assuming exact if that's what you're talking about. Good luck.
Well, I like how we tossed the 6 there.
Hoochie Coochie Sam. All right, does either of you want to volunteer to call this race?
Mary, you take the first one. I'm still working on my voice. So I got to get it ready, you know?
Wow, as if I have anything better.
Well, this is good. Yeah, I think this is good. It's only 6 horses. It's 7 furlongs. I did one that was like 1.8 miles, and I was like running out of breath at the end.
This is perfect.
Shout out to all the callers.
Are we sharing it on here? How is this?
No, I don't need a cease and desist from FanDuel TV.
Oh, that does make sense. Okay.
Not today. Maybe next week. Not looking for that letter today. No, but you can call it out if you're watching on TVG. And
okay.
We always play the rule. If anyone's delayed, we don't say anything until the actual
okay. So I'm probably going to be delayed because I always watch these on my Naira Bets app, which historically is delayed.
No pressure, Mary. If anybody's watching this on TVG, turn the sound off and let Mary do her thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And this is Mary's first time, not only on a Stable Duel live stream, but we are throwing her to the wolves and making her call the very first race. Look at the 2. I don't know why it looks so beefy to me, but.
So a couple of weeks ago, Ed DeRosa reached out to me and he was like, "Oh, do you have time to like write this really fun profile on this guy who's calling races at Arapahoe?" He's done a lot in the industry, and I did this interview with Jim Mulvihill. So he was able to call some races a couple of weeks ago at Arapahoe, and he was saying like how he was nervous before and how, you know, he had gotten reached out to by like Frank Miramati and gave some advice and pointers, and so it was a really nice story that all kind of came together for race calling, and it's terrifying.
It is terrifying. I agree. But you got it.
Okay. The 5 is going in. We're waiting on 6. Hoochie Coochie Sam. Okay. They're in the gate. I think. And they're off. Slow start for number 6, the favorite Hoochie Coochie Sam, who slowly races up. Right now it is Club Champ and King Wit out for the early lead, 1-2 inside. And as they race around the clubhouse turn, it is still Club Champ and King Wit. King Wit on the outside moving up nicely. Followed by Hoochie Coochie Sam, Barley Boy at the rail, and trailing the field is Anar. It is still Club Champ and King Wit, 1-2, racing down the backstretch. The half run in 50 and 2. Now King Wit makes his move on the outside. And Hoochie Coochie Sam goes to the extreme outside and is nearing the turn. And the three of them are across with Flash of Glory racing up, but on the outside. But Hoochie Coochie Sam starts to run off and will win. That was terrible.
Yeah, Hoochie. No, you did. The best thing I will say is you had like all the racing terms. You did. Yeah, Hoochie Coochie Sam just like was like, okay, guys. And then my King Wit held on for third, right? So it's 6-4, 5-3.
Yeah, I just
The
rail looks like the place to be on that one though, because the 4 looked like he was done, and then he got right along the rail. It looks like he was hanging pretty tough. So I mean, obviously with the slop, I think you need to be on the rail tonight.
Well, let's see how it goes. Yep, Hoochie Coochie Sam. Also, I know a Dark Bay, but that's as close to a black looking horse without being black. Hoochie Coochie Sam over Club Champ, over King Wit, and then Flash of Glory. Todd, sorry, bud. Flash of Glory did not do it for you tonight. Club Champ did all right. King Wit for Stable Duel players finished about where a $3,000 horse should finish. So, I mean, could be worse.
They ran like $3,000 claimers there, Brie.
3,500. 3,500. Look what we got. What's up, Matt? Good luck to you as well. Yeah, see, I agree. Shake that one off, Todd. He's gonna. Sometimes I won the first race and then I haven't won anything afterwards. So I mean, sometimes that's. Oh, see, In said you did a good job.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. Okay, one race down, 7 to go. One of the shorter fields. I would have expected a bunch of people to double up there. Oh, Hoochie Coochie's ready to keep going though. Look at him go. This jock looks huge. What is this? Doesn't he look huge? I'm just saying. Okay. All right. Okay. Race 2, the 93rd running of the Winnipeg Futurity. This is a $50,000 race at Assiniboia Downs. Get excited. 2-year-old filly, 6 furlongs. So I pulled some stats, seeing what I could find out from Assiniboia Downs. They have an awesome player portal on their website. If you haven't looked, it gives you jockey stats, and a lot of other things, and including the free PPs. It gives you this facts and figures, and yes, like a boomer, I printed it out. And I was looking for anybody that has some sort of an edge with 2-year-olds, and I am disappointed to tell you that I got nothing out of this except for Michael Nault, who has a 38% win percentage at Assiniboia Downs with 2-year-olds, but not racing in this race. So not helpful, guys. But if you ever see Michael Nault racing 2-year-olds at Assiniboia Downs, just bet the bank responsibly. Yeah, so I think that this one is going to be interesting, though. We've got a couple that have run in stakes races, 40,000. A lot of them have run against each other, which is always fun to see them come back. But we have one undefeated horse, which I'm interested to see if everyone is going for that filly, and that is the 4 Lady Cop. She has not lost. She won her first race by 4 lengths, her second just by a neck, which was a $40,000 stake at Assiniboia Downs. Had a little bit of time off, not much at all. And then in another 5.5 furlong race, she won by 3 lengths over Arrogance, who is the 1 horse there and got third in that race, and Adjournment, who is the 2 horse. So Lady Cop has beaten 2 out of the 6 horses in this race. I mean, maybe more. I haven't looked that far. But the actual program is picking Cuban Cobra. So back to you guys. Mary, what are you thinking in race 2 in the Winnipeg Futurity?
I really like the 5 to tap and sing. Ready to tap and sing.
Ooh, I love opinions.
I really love this horse. And I can't justify, as you were talking about the Cuban Cobra, I can't justify Ready to Tap and Sing being 7-2 on the morning line and Cuban Cobra being 7-5, because even though Cuban Cobra won last out against this horse, ready to tap, and Satan came in second and won last out against that horse before. So I think it's a fair matchup, and if you're going to get a better price on the 5, that's your better bet. So that's kind of where I was thinking on that. Chris,
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't throw a dart here. I mean, I can make a case, and I can make a case, and I can make a case against everyone in this field. So the one thing I will tell you about this race is, and Mary, I think that's a good call if you're going to take a price horse. I think that's not a bad idea because, I look a lot at works, and listen, the horse ran a pretty good time, even though it wasn't the bullet, but ran 47 at 4 furlongs back on I think it's the 8th of September, 3rd of September. So I like that piece of it. Listen, I like the 2 favorites here, 4 and 6. The only reason I didn't go with the 6 is because number 1, he's 7-5, and I don't think anybody in this field should be 7-5. Horses 1-for-1. I don't like the speed figures when I look at it because, listen, the horse has been raced 3 times, and I just like the 4 better. I mean, I guess you said it, undefeated. I can't bet against undefeated if I'm getting better odds. The one thing that does concern me about this race, though, is, and I do a lot of stuff we talk about pace, and I do a lot of stuff with acquiring points. That, to me, if you want to have some fun and you want to go back and Google anything to learn, and I'm talking about pace, I would really encourage anybody that's out there to learn more about these curing points, because people run these formulas and they do different things to figure out who's going to get to the front. You would be surprised at how accurate this information is that it shows me. And the one thing I wanted to call out is the 4, and again, they're lightly raced, so I want to take it with a grain of salt. But I will tell you that the 4 needs the lead, the 6 needs the lead, and this pace looks like it could get hot. I would just be very wary. And even though it's only 6 furlongs, this may be a race you could take a shot. The problem is I didn't like anybody on the back end. Actually, the best late speed here, I think, was the 3. But I'm just saying the 4 and the 6 could duel in the front. I don't know who's better of the 2, but it's perfect. I think this race sets up perfect for the 5 and the 2. I wish the 1 was had a decent shot here. It wouldn't surprise me if the 1 came in second or third, though. I think that's a good underneath horse, and I think that's how you can add some value here. And if you were out of money, and I think that one was like $250 or something on the salary.
The 1?
Yeah, I considered that one. I considered that one. Maybe I even took it. I gotta go back and look at it. But,
yeah, Arrogance was $250.
No, I saved the one. The next race is the one I'm taking. But I did cross my mind when I ran out of salary dollars to consider the 1 here, just because of the pace scenario, right place at the right time, that the 1 may be able to get you some points, I think, finishing in the money at 20-1.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up this 29th race so we can see Arrogance, Adjournment, and Lady Cop go at it. I'm just trying to. 1 is Lady Cop, 3 is Adjournment.
And according to the
okay, let's pull.
And Brie, according to the sheets, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
The 4 looks like may have the better early pace of the 2. So I'm going to bank that the 4 can outlast the 6 here.
Okay. So if someone was looking at this for the first time, obviously the 3 in that pace visual is a bigger bubble, but is in the center. What does that mean compared to the 4 that you're looking at, and then the 6 within the 3 being a smaller bubble?
So remember, this is all set up to go the way the horses run. So horses obviously run, I guess it's counterclockwise, right? Is that what I'm thinking about? So you would run left to right. So the 4 here has the best early speed because he's the highest on the top, and 4's got the best total pace because he's the furthest to the right. So you have to train your eyes and train your brain to see that piece of it. I've looked at thousands of races on this, on how I look at it, the dynamics, and I'm trying to find out something that separates it. I like what I see here with a 4. To answer your question on the bigger bubble, the 3's the bigger bubble, and I would have to go back and look, but there's many factors there. but the 3 probably has some good connections, I'm guessing. There's a couple things here. So I'm looking at the 3. So when you look at the algorithms, so first off, the horses raced one time and it won. So that's a piece of it. I'm also looking at, I just look at the sire. The offspring is from Into Mischief, which is interesting. You probably don't see a lot of Into Mischiefs up at ASD. I'm also looking at the connections here, which is probably a big part of that. Not only does Diodoro, who is a pretty darn good trainer, he's 38%, 8 races, I get it, but he's 38% at this track. And then guess what? He's had Carino, the jockey, 3 times. It won 2 out of 3. So when you start factoring all these things together, that's what's happening in the background. That's why the 3's got a bigger bubble.
Yeah, there's a lot on connections that, you know, again, value-wise, if you're looking for value on that Brandon horse 6-1, not so much value, but when you're up against these $9,600 horses, a $5,000 horse is still saving you money. So potentially the Brandon horse was the better way to go for value. So why don't let's watch. Let me see. I'm going to bring up the race that, again, these 3 horses went just for fun so we can see. And window. All right, here we go. We'll play. So the 1 horse is Lady Cop in this race. The 3 horse is Adjournment. And then the 4 is Arrogance. So they break out here. It's a nice clean break. The 1 did all right, but the 3, which is Adjournment, broke early, but 1 closed pretty quickly to get in front. So these 2, I guess, not necessarily a speed duel, but you are looking at Lady Cop and Adjournment right up front there. And then the 5 horses, I have no idea what that is, so we don't care about them. The other horse we're looking at is Arrogance, which is the 4. So the 4 is all the way in the back here. And you're going to see them go around. And again, this is a 5.5 furlong race. And there's 3 out of the 6 horses that we're looking at in this one. So 1 is Lady Cop still in front, dueling with the 3 Adjournment, which is the 2 in this race. And then now you're looking for the 4 horse, which is Arrogance. And here's the 4 coming up.
Splits horses there.
Yep. And really, like, not a ton of speed from the 4, but better than the other 2 for sure. But Lady Cop definitely pulled away there from Adjournment, and then 4, the Arrogance, was easily the 3rd winner there. So in case you want to look at those 3 go at it in the past, that's what they did. Always fun to watch. And then it's always fun to kind of come back and see them go back at it again. So
it's interesting that small track like this. I mean, I'm sure that this happens all the time where everybody's racing each other nonstop. And it is interesting to see, though, that the 5 is actually the one that beat the 6 back, I guess, back on the 29th of July. So
we can go to that one, 29th of July. It'll take me a minute, but we can go. We can do it, Chris. We got the abilities for real.
You have that? Wait a minute. You have that kind of technology available?
Oh, I know. It's not, I got dual screens over here. I'm moving up in the world.
She's using the Wayback Machine, the time machine.
The time machine. All I think about is Big Bang Theory when you say time machine. Not probably the movie that everyone else is thinking of. What's the movie called? Back to the Future.
Well, there's didn't like Peabody and Sherman, didn't they have like a Wayback Machine?
Peabody and Sherman?
Yeah, didn't they? It was like the dog and the kid.
Was that like an Underdog? Wasn't it like a sideshow on Underdog?
No. It's there was a movie too, like recently, okay, 2014. So.
Peabody and Sherman, guys, help us out here.
Mr. Peabody and Sherman. They
is that a show?
Yeah, and like the dog is like an expert or something. It was a movie, and there was a show before. I don't really. I know they had a Wayback Machine. I definitely know they had like a Wayback Machine.
Peabody. I'm gonna have to Google that.
Mr. Peabody, right?
Yeah.
What am I looking for? I don't know, Chris. I can pull this race up though.
All right. We don't need to pull it up.
Yeah.
I'm busy trying to figure out who Mr. Peabody is right now. Hang on.
I know. All right, how much time do we have for this one? I'll do this race call. We got 9 minutes. We have plenty of time. Let me make a quick announcement here. Super exciting. In 2 weeks on Sunday, October 2nd, so Sunday, Stable Duel is hosting a free ride for the Foxfield races. $2,500 will be paid out. So what is the purpose of giving away free money? Well, we're giving people, but we want you to check out Steeplechase Racing and try it out for the first time. And again, this is at Foxfield. It's an awesome racetrack in Charlottesville, VA, and we'll have obviously the same format that you are used to in the Stable Duel app, and lots of info, lots of content coming. But I will play this quick video as we've got 9 minutes to post for the next race. So hang on. Awesome Blossom. So mark your calendars, the 2nd of October. That is before Keeneland, so we are not interrupting our favorite track of Keeneland, but definitely get in that game. It will be one stable. Again, you have one chance to win $2,500, and it will be very competitive because you see how competitive the free rides already are, and they're nuts. All right, so back to race 2 at Assiniboia Downs. The 2 is all hot and heavy right now in the paddock. So hopefully she's going to chill out a little bit. And that's Adjournment, who we just saw in the replay. Oh, we've got 2 comments here. I'm not even looking here.
Can I make an announcement while you're looking at comments?
Please.
I may not be able to pick any winners, but I do want to let everybody know that Mr. Peabody, he first appeared in the late 50s and early 60s, and it was Rocky and Bullwinkle. I had the show messed up. I thought it was thinking Underdog. It was old school Rocky and Bullwinkle. Mary, a little bit before your time.
A little bit, but there was an actual Be Back machine, and there's a Wikipedia page for it. I promise it's real.
All right.
Mr. Peabody. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to Google this for sure. I got the house on the puppies to win. I know. There's always dogs at some of these outdoor events. Very
Are you
quick.
going?
What?
Are you going over there to for that Stable Duel contest? Yeah.
I might go to the Pennsylvania Derby this weekend, and then I might go to Foxfield next weekend.
Yeah, no doubt. That, you know what, the Pennsylvania Derby, I've never been really excited about the Pennsylvania Derby, but holy crap, I looked at that field today. Mm-hmm. We need to get really excited about the Pennsylvania Derby on Saturday. Like, I'm really excited about this one.
Okay, well, since you're doing this to me, hang on, because I'll put the
Well, you can save it between the next race if you want to, but I'm just saying I'm really excited about it.
It is. You've got Zandon, you've got Skippy Longstocking, which people just love the name, Cyberknife, We the People, Tawnyport, Taiba, Simplification. We talk about calling a race. I never want to call a race with that word because I can't say it normally. And then White Abarrio, who everyone loves. I love White Abarrio. But yes, here I'll put up.
I'm so tempted to jump in a car and drive 3.5 hours out there this weekend.
You're only 3.5 hours away. I'm 10 hours. Come on.
You're going to drive all the way to Parks?
Yeah, maybe. It's cheaper.
Oh, I figured you had a corporate jet or something.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Unfortunately, someone else is using it, so I have to drive. No, I have always been a driver for the most part. So we might be driving on this one too. Let me see here. Okay, so I haven't finished this graphic, so no judgment, but Chris is calling it. So there you go. There's your field. Obviously, you got the colors on the left. I haven't put the numbers in. Everyone chill out. This is your field for the Pennsylvania Derby. So you've got Zandon coming out of the first post, Icy Storm, Beehawk, and of course, Stable Duel prices are there for you to make it super, super easy. So start thinking of your strategy. This is going to be a fun game.
Who's your early pick is what I want to know. Who's your early pick here?
I mean, my early pick would be super chalky. I like Cyberknife. I like him a little bit more every time I see him run. But that would just be a very early, like I would go through and see who I can find value wise. Mary, what about you?
I'm in the same boat. I got to meet Cyberknife a couple weeks ago, and that was really exciting. He's not a horse to get close to because he's very aggressive. But that's good. We like aggressive horses. I think for the Stable Duel price of $750, We the People isn't a bad bet, especially to use, I mean, in any capacity here. I kind of like that horse a lot after the Peter Pan. And Tawny Ford is kind of interesting to pick up. Irad Ortiz.
I agree with that too. Yeah.
Those
Tawny Ford, I think, is always. I always underestimate that horse, I guess.
I think it's hard because he qualified for the Derby based on a race on Tapeta. And I'm really confused myself on how to handicap when you're going from synthetic to dirt and back and forth. And the whole situation with Moira and like future bets right now for the Breeders' Cup stuff. Moira was like nowhere to be found on those things on the HRN article today. And I wonder if it's just because of the change in surface. Because she won on Tapeta, but bringing her over to Keeneland for the distaff, I don't know.
Chris, where are you at with this one?
You know, I was disappointed that Taba didn't run in the Travers and they didn't make an exception. That horse, to me, is the best one here. Now, I'll tell you, I agree. We the People is an interesting play at 12-1. I'm going to be interested to see how the numbers shake out. I'll tell you that my heart, if I had to just pick a winner based on my heart, who I'd like to see win, it would be White Barrio. I'd like to see White Barrio come back just because I've seen so many of his races in person and disappointed in what happened at Saratoga. I'd love to see the horse come back and get a big win here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, some of the, if not the best connections White Barrio has. So shout out to his owners. They're absolutely amazing. They do a lot for aftercare, and they're just good people all around. So we had a couple new people, so we'll just say hi. So hi, Tyler. Tyler's here. Dennis just woke up from sleeping all day, so that's good. What's up, Dennis? Oh, adjournments got best turned out from Todd. I like that. And who else? And then Sarah tuned in. Flying sucks. Are you flying? Speaking of private jets, maybe HRN has a private jet.
Yeah, they probably got two.
Ed, share. Come on now. All right, so we've got 1 minute to post, which means probably about 5. We are on race 2 of tonight's Assiniboia. This is the 93rd running of the Winnipeg Futurity. There are 6 horses in here. These are for 2-year-olds, fillies. And yeah, we showed some replays of a couple of three fillies running against each other. Lady Cop, I mean, is, let's see, odds wise, what's Lady Cop sitting at? She was kind of a clear favorite. Hold on, we're updating this. Come on. There we go. Still updating. Anybody got the current? There we go. Lady Cop is 8-5.
Yeah, but that wasn't the morning line, right?
No, morning line was 5-2. Oh wait, didn't I just drop a Michael Nault? I did.
You did, Michael Nault. That's the one to grab.
And he is in this run. Gosh darn it.
Did you pick it?
Sometimes I can't even trust myself. Yeah, so Michael Nault has a 38% win percentage on a 2-year-old, and Lady Cop is a Michael Nault horse. So
yeah. I'm just taking 4s the whole night. 4 again. 4.
I'm betting $20 on this horse.
At 8-5? Who the hell?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The judgmental thing came over you.
Oh, Keith is thanking everybody. Keith, thanks for tuning in. This is what we're all here. So what we're all here to do. They tried to send Ed away on one to Canada. Mission failed. I love this. All right, I'm going to call this one just because it's a short field, and then we're going to make Chris call. Everybody gets 6 horses here. And we'll stay on through race 3, and then we'll hop off. So after race 2, we'll do our t-shirt and hat giveaway. I saw somebody asked in the chat about a t-shirt giveaway. We are going to do one. We'll do it after this race. And how we'll do it, usually we just want you to throw out your pick for the next race. And anyone that does, we'll do a wheel of names, and it randomly picks. And then I send it to you. And that's it. But you must be in the US, because if you're in Canada, it's just far too expensive. And you can probably go to Manitoba and get it cheaper than if I actually mailed it to you. So that's how that works. All right, everybody, put in the chat who you've got in race 2. Again, this is the $50,000 Winnipeg Futurity. There are 6 horses. Fillies, 2-year-old Lady Cop is sitting. Ooh, we have a new favorite, 9 to 5, Cuban Cobra, the 6 horse. Somebody's betting a little bit more money on that one. Still, tied to Lady Cop, so whatever. But Arrogance is 25 to 1. Adjournment is 8 to 1. Brandon, who we were just talking about per connections and per the pace that Chris dropped some knowledge on, is 9 to 2. So down from 6 to 1 to 9 to 2. Now 5 to 1. Lady Cop 9 to 5. Ready to Tap and Sing, which is Mary's pick, is 4 to 1. And then we've got Cuban Cobra at 9 to 5. So drop your picks in the chat. Let everybody know who you're betting on if you want, how you're betting. We've got in is on number 6. That's probably where all the money went in. Stop betting so much money and changing the odds for us. We're all trying to play this together. And here we go. Walking to the gate.
Whose dog?
It's got to be Chris's.
That would be mine. She likes to bark.
You know the rule. If you hear a dog, we have to see the dog.
She's
Does
upstairs.
anyone
She'll
else
be
know
down.
those rules?
Don't you know that what do they say? The owners look like the dog, or the dog looks like the owners.
There would be a risky game to start picking what breed your dog is before we even see it. Real risky. What kind of dog is it? Can you say? It's a pug. Okay.
It's a puggle. It's half beagle, half pug.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it. All right, they're going in the gate here. I can tell you, Mary, that your stream is way later than mine. So I will. you're gonna know who wins probably before you guys are even around the other turn. Chris, who do you watch your races with?
I don't know. Do I get in trouble?
No.
Twin Spires.
Yeah, that's fine.
Twin Spires. I will tell you that I like the 2 here underneath. So I'm going 4-2-6-2 in the exacta.
4-2-6-2. All right, they're going in the gate. I think they're coaxing the 5 in right now. The 6 needs to go in. It's showing me a big muted thing. I can see that. Everybody's in the gate. Well, they're trying to close the 6. They did. Everybody's quiet. 2's a little frisky. All right, they're quiet. And they're off. Oh, we got a little bumping from the 3 over to the 2, but they're clean right now. It looks like the 6, Cuban Cobra, has broken out to the front, but the 4 is throwing some speed, trying to get up there as well. The 1 is all the way in the back, not by much, but you've got the 5 half a length ahead of the 4, which is Lady Cop, and the 6, Cuban Cobra. They are all right out front, the 6 on the outside. I'm about 2 lengths back to Adjournment, the 2 horse, 3 lengths back to the 3, Brandon, and the closer is Arrogance, the 1. Isn't Arrogance the one that closed the last time? It'll be interesting to see how that goes. All right, Cuban Cobra has now put on the lead, is kind of pulling away here quite easily, actually, followed by the 3, Brandon, and the 5, Ready to Tap and Sing. Oh, I got all this wrong. See, this is why you don't listen to me call races. And then followed by the 4, Lady Cop here. They're all fighting In the front, you've got 6 putting a nose out ahead of the 5, ready to tap and sing. Mary, your girl's trying to hold on, but the 6 Cuban Cobra is winning quite easily ahead of the 5, ready to tap and sing. Back to the 4, Lady Cop, but definitely Cuban Cobra, no question there. Ready to tap and sing the 5, and then Lady Cop. We definitely screwed that up, I think.
That
anyway.
one went a little off script there with the pace scenario there.
Yeah.
Well, by the time that race went off, Cuban Cobra was going off 3-5.
Okay.
3-5. I did not get my bet in, thank the Lord. Cuban Cobra. Watching the replay right now. Yeah, I mean, 5 ready to tap and sing. Good call on that one, though, Mary. The 4, and then the 3, Brandon got 4th.
Who got second and third?
So Cuban Cobra, ready to tap and sing, Lady Cop, and Brandon. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Dennis said that 2 was so damn depressing. And then just stopped adjournment.
Yeah, he looked like he was coming on there on a turn, but.
And this goes against your inside because the 6 was on the outside here.
Is the track still sloppy?
Yeah. Well, I don't know the accuracy.
Oh, there's an inquiry on all 4. Well, at least that's what the screen just showed. On
What?
all 4 top finishers, there's an inquiry. Now it shows objection. So hold all tickets, guys. You've got an exception.
How factual is it that there's sometimes that I'll list. I obviously am always listening to, like, I don't know, the Foxcast or whomever is kind of going on, and they were talking about how, you know, jockeys kind of know where the tire tracks are on a sloppy track. Like when you know, tracks are going over, like jockeys usually know where like the tire tracks are, and I don't know how valid that is. If, you know, there's a sloppier track and they're going into the outside a little bit, is it because they're going into tire tracks to kind of deepen the dirt so it's easier to run on, or I don't know.
So I think the thought process would be if they're going to where the tire tracks are, you would expect that area to be a bit more packed down compared to the others.
Yeah, and faster. So if a jockey's like going out to the outside on a sloppy track, I was thinking they were maybe looking for tire tracks at that point.
I don't like know. That. I like that drip of knowledge you just gave.
I don't know if it's really.
Stick with it, Mary. Stick with it. Be like, it's the tire tracks.
Next time you have a jockey on, next time you have a jockey on the show, ask him about that.
I will. I definitely will.
All right, so they're still saying objection. If anybody's listening, put it in the chat here. It's the 4 on the 5?
4 on the 5, it says. So it'd be nice if Lady Cop got the second. I would take that.
Undefeated is undefeated no more. No more.
Of course, they don't show the replay, so you can see exactly what happened.
I know, maybe they will. I will say this about Assiniboia Downs. It's always interesting. I think there was like a couple days like lightning. They canceled because of lightning. I think last week there was a lighting malfunction. Oh, here you go. Here's your replay. If anyone's tuning into their objection 4 on 5. Yep.
They give us a still picture.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, I have a still picture now.
You got the full result?
There it is right now.
Well, no, I'm saying I have the still picture. It took that long to actually get that. So
here's the replay here.
I think it looks like he got right in front of him around the rail. I don't know if it's enough to take him down, but.
All right, so the 4 is on the inside, the 5 is on the out.
And he pinches him right against the rail right there. I don't think they're going to make a change on that, though. Well, I don't know.
No. Let's see this again. The 5 looks.
I think the 4 was done anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see a break in stride at all. I mean, it did kind of look a little darty, but I don't even really see a head raise of the horse. I'm no steward, but
So you're gonna vote to let it stand?
Dennis says that he would DQ it, but these tracks normally don't.
I'm trying to figure out how you could go to steward school because I think I'd be a good steward.
they're all elected officials.
Oh, they're elected? I thought you went to like steward school.
They're all elected,
Oh, okay.
I think.
It's like being a mayor.
I mean, I think they have to have. The only thing is there's like a weird step that it does take. The 4 takes.
Yeah, I don't know still. Yeah, right there. But
I love how I'm like moving my head as if it changes the screen. Less DQs, please. Less DQs. Let them
I always
run.
have a
Let the kids play.
I always have a theory though. The longer the stewards take with the race, that's typically when it's going to change though.
That's your theory?
Uh-huh. Because they're talking about it. A lot of discussion.
My question with this is, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of the more that I watch it, I'm wondering if it should get taken down because right before it happens, it looks as if the 4 is like finding its turn of foot.
Technically, that could be dangerous too because it almost put the jockey right over the rail.
Yeah. I mean, that's why a lot of the DQ should happen is to, prevent.
Right. Stay in your lane. Otherwise, you get taken down.
Stay
in your lane.
We have a T-shirt for that. Oh, here we go. We got another angle.
Right. This
Another
is your
angle's needed. Of course, the tree. Oh, that doesn't help. I don't know.
Garbage. Garbage.
Garbage. Yeah, Lady Cop, I'm a fan, but I don't know that I can get behind that.
All right. Let's move on to race number. Let's leave it up. Race number 3 here.
Well,
I like to see the comments in here. Who do you guys? Everybody says Dennis says he would DQ.
North back. Oh, now we got dual screens. Ayo. In says less rules. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so race 3. Well, they're still sitting here, and I'm not gonna lie, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Okay, 6 furlongs, and in case anybody uses the free PPs from Assiniboia Downs, this is titled the Friday Afternoon Harp Club. So in case anyone wants to play harp on Friday afternoons.
That sounds like fun.
This is your group of people. Okay, 6 furlongs, allowance optional, $15,000. There are 6 horses in this race as well. I don't think there were any. Were there any scratches in this one? Hang on, I'm still waiting for the objection here.
Somebody said no change. Did they announce it? It doesn't show it on my screen.
It doesn't show yet on mine. No change. They won't let me win.
There you go.
Oh, hang in there, Todd. Don't worry. You got 5 more races to go. 6 more races to go. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more races to go. Okay, so race 3 here. We are looking at 6 horses, and Mia Bear, which is a fan favorite at Assiniboia Downs, is in this race. And I do love this filly. I mean, if you watch some of her runs, one of her races she won by 13 3/4 lengths, and I'm pretty sure that's when. Is that when we started this whole thing? No, 13 lengths in July. Anyways. I'm having a little fangirl moment. All right, so 6 horses in this race. We've got Thrill of the Night, Kim's Texas Bling at the Lyric. Voignier, I think, is the one that we made Dennis announce because we thought he needed a little bit of culture in his life. And a lot to like, who's currently sitting at 90-1. I hit it a bomb, Philly. And Mia Bear is your 6-5 favorite, the 6 horse here. Chris, let's start with you. What's your major opinions here in race 3, the Friday afternoon Heart Club race at Assiniboia Downs?
All right, so I had to take a different approach here. So who do I like? I like the 3-6. Those are who I like. But when I had to go into this and figure out what am I going to do with the remaining $1,000, and I still got to pick 2 horses, this is the race I went to because number one, there was only 6 horses in the race. I picked the 1. Still don't know exactly why I like the 1. I guess because he's won 1 race at the distance, 2 races. He's 3 for 5, 2 first, 1 second at ASD. It's not out of the complete realm, I guess, when I look at it. So I was looking for some value here. So I went with the 1, and I went with I also took a second horse here too. I took the 5.
This is your double up, eh? A lot.
I doubled up. I doubled up with 2 bombs, and I think the big thing I was thinking about is, first off, the 5's got some okay works, got some bullets going on down there, and again, 1 win, 2 seconds out of 4 starts the distance. Take a shot. I think that we can, as Sarah likes to say, outrun the odds. I think I can outrun some odds here. Maybe we'll see what happens. And show me the pace sheet just so I can see what I got here. Because again, I was 3-6, and then I had to dig. I had 3-6. I like the 1 sneaking in there in the back somehow. So again, when I look at this, I like the 3 and the 6. And I think something I've been messing with. Can you blow that up at all, Brie? Look at you.
How am I doing?
Good. I think, yeah. See, the 1, the other part about it too is I was trying to get creative here at 6 furlongs. The 1 is technically the lone E-speed. So kind of, if you notice and you've been looking at it, I've been working on some different things. You'll notice I have that one highlighted. So again, just based on pace, I'm hoping maybe the 1 can get up front. Maybe he gets loose. I don't know. But I like the odds there on the 1 at 8-1, and the other one I took was the 5. I like the 5's early speed too. At 6 furlongs, who the heck knows? 12-1, I'll take a shot. But again, another one I could throw a dart at. But if I'm a betting man, I'm 3-6 here, but I'm taking 1-5 in the stable duel. So keep my fingers crossed.
Okay, so quick elementary version. So if you're looking at the bubbles up top, towards the top of this, that means what?
So the best early speed horse here would be who, if you had to say? Pop quiz. Well, it shows you over on the right hand side too, but
yeah, I was definitely going and cheating.
So you got to take your eyes from bottom to top.
Okay.
So the ones that are furthest at the top are your best early speed. So the 1 and the 5 are the best early speed. You can validate that by coming over to the right hand side.
Yep.
You can blow it. You can shrink it down if you want to, but see 1 and 5.
Yep.
And then and then the other piece of it is who's got the best total pace here?
The 3.
The 3 and the 6.
Yes.
Yep. The 3 and the 6. Okay. So what I like to see is I like to see horses that have good early speed, and I like to see horses that have good total pace. And if you guys are new to this and looking at it, I mean, I like to learn. I'm obsessed. I've been studying this for probably about 7 years, too long, about what pace is and how it works and all the dynamics and everything. I like the visual that shows me early pace and total pace together. It helps me see this stuff better and cleaner. This race is not really a good betting race to me because everybody's kind of clumped together. I like it when I see one horse kind of up in the upper right-hand side, and then there's a distance between the rest of them. Those are the ones I get really excited about because especially if they're at a price. But even if it's a chalk, I can bet it and I can get more confidence and probably single in that horse if I'm playing a pick 4 or a pick 5.
Okay.
Bree, I'm going to teach you this thing before I die.
I know. I just need to spend time on it. And the most time I spend is like, over here on a live stream. So Cindy's in the house. What's up, Cindy? So she said 4 is the interesting horse. Never tried distance. So a bit of an unknown, but at 17-1, she's going to play. I like it. I like it a lot. Texture. That works. What about you, Mary? Which one of these do you like?
So it's kind of funny because Chris and I both have an issue on Stable Duel where we run out of money and then we go back and try to figure it out. And I actually took 2 in this race, and it happens to also be the 1 and the 5.
The 1 and the 5. I think the 1 is good value. I mean, you look at the 1 and broke its maiden first time out. Allowance 15,000 was the next race, won that by a head, and now we're down to an allowance optional claimer. I mean, I don't think you all had a bad pick at $3,000 in Stable Duel. And really, if you're up against Mia Bear, and again, that horse has been lights out on some of her races. You're not looking to necessarily win this race per se, but you might on a sloppy track. Who knows? You just want your $3,000 to give you some good value and finish as close to the winner. So finishing close to Mia Bear, if that's the winner, is not a bad thing to do. So guys, go ahead, Mary.
If I was running outside of that, I would also say the 2 was someone who kind of caught my eye because she's dropping down in class from the last couple races with higher purse, in 50Ks, 35, last out was a little more disappointing, but maybe just playing it together now. So that was another thing that I thought.
I like to look at the connections, and I feel like this is a movie being made. So Kim's Texas Bling is the number 2, and the breeder was Hall's Family Trust. So Kim's Texas Bling is coming from a family trust, guys. So Kim, some family member, has got some bling in that trust fund family. But all right, that's the 2 horse here. This is where we're going to do the giveaway, guys. So everyone that is tuning in, and I see you all in here, please let us know who you have in this race, whether who it is in Stable Duel, free ride, or the $25 game, or if you're betting, just give us 1 horse number in race 3 in the chat. Make sure you like this live stream on YouTube. We would appreciate it. And subscribe on Stable Duel. We don't do a ton of these, so you're not going to get updates all the time. And Dennis, no, you can't win 2 weeks in a row, honey. But you should still try. Why not? So give us who your pick is for race 3, the Friday afternoon Harp Club. Again, if you're not printing out these free PPs from Assiniboia Downs on their player portal, you're missing out, because there are clubs that they put on their races that you don't see on the other past performances.
That must be a Canadian thing, Brie.
I know. Did you all hear last week? So last week it was Kyle's 30 and dirty. It wasn't his dirty 30. It was his 30 and dirty. And I mean, that alone was content. So we thank you, Kyle. All right, so we've got Cindy on the 4, who she said. We've got Matt on the 3. Best of luck. I love it. Dennis is just over here chatting. He's not giving me a pick. Come on, Dennis, give us your pick. And is number 3 at the Lyric. Dennis is 30. Yes. I think we said that, and then we were like, Dennis hasn't even broken 25 yet. So bless his heart. There's more of you in here, guys. So we're going to give away a hat and a t-shirt. We have 2 more weeks to do this, including, so 1 more week to do this as well. Give us your pick in race 3. And so we've got 12 minutes to post. They're in the paddock. If anybody's watching, I always think it's fun, especially someone did this for adjournment. I think it was it Todd? Todd did best turned out. So let us know who you think looks the best in the paddock right now. So Morning Line is giving 6 over the 3 over the 2. Kurt, which is one of their pros, is 6, 2, 3, and so is Stretch. So they both are agreeing that the 6 horse, which is the Mia Bear, I just like her. She's so cool. I think this would be a fun horse to own. Look at her.
Nope.
Okay, 6, 2. No, Chris, you said no?
No, I didn't say no. I said I just trying to figure out if you can ever beat Chalk at this racetrack, because I'm 0 for 2 right now. So
This is about the point that someone says that, and then yes.
Okay,
These
so
are when
4
the
to this horse is
values start to come.
your 6 is 4 to 5. So I guess if you play this in the stable duel, you actually got some value here because the odds are actually lower, right?
I don't know if her groom is a giant, but she looks tiny next to this man. Giant. Now I'm gonna say I would like me a bear to win. So I don't know that this is the one that your chalk's gonna beat because
the track people have it 623, 623. Both of them are the same exact.
Oh, so here you go. Dennis is dropping some heat. So honestly, Chris, chalk of this track is the first of 4 races are chalky, but then the last couple they start.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna trust you, man.
Bree, Mary, and Chris. Yeah, what are your favorite bets to play? Mary, what's your usual wagering style that you do on track or off when you're on your ADW?
Well, I've been trying to do pick 5s for like a year now, and it has a minimal success rate, but Saratoga season was really nice to me, and I love the Grand Slam bet. Even though everyone hates the Grand Slam, I surely love it. So I'm happy that Naira offers that, and I'm hoping to see that bet offered elsewhere more frequently.
Nice.
It's just fun.
Chris, what about you?
So I don't play pick 3s. I don't play trifectas. Typically, I'll play pick 4s or pick 5s, but I have to have 2 strong opinions in those legs. Otherwise, I will not play. I'll pass it all together. Probably about a year ago, I read a lot. I do a lot of things. I talk to a lot of people. I realize some of the best bettors actually just stick to the win bets. And I find that I have more success that when I just don't muddy the waters with all that other stuff and I do wins. I don't say I never play places and shows because I will play a place bet if there's a discrepancy in the pool, but it happens very rarely. I've always said this, and I've actually written something about this. You are much better off playing your key horse second, and a lot of times you can play the 2 chalk on top rather than play a place bet. You'll get more back for money, and it's something that I always teach young bettors. You're better off to do it that way. You go win, play exacta, take your same key horse you bet to win. You can play it in exacta with the 2 favorites on top, and you'd be surprised at how good that works a lot of times.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go through that again.
It's all, what? It's all math at the end of the day, Bree.
And actually, I was very good at math in college, which is not saying much for me now. Loved calculus. Got like,
you know what? In math, they lost me when they brought in the protractors. Like, what the hell does this have to do with anything? Like, math to me is figuring out baseball averages and betting horses. That's all I care about. I get rid of all the rest of this stuff. You don't need to know it.
Well, so I was in an equine nutrition. We should ask the master's degree over here. Really, she's got all the knowledge, I'm sure. But I was in an equine nutrition class, and I was the only one in this class that ended up going a horse racing route. And I had already done an internship in Lexington, Kentucky. So there is no excuse for what I'm about to tell you. I interned at Ashford Stud. I had been to Keeneland. I had worked the sales. I had worked the racetrack for Nick Zito. Like, I was immersed in racing. And then I went back to college. And there was a bonus question on a final exam. And it said, like, what does this number represent? And I had no idea what the number was, blah, blah, blah. It was like I don't know, let's say like 146, 1:46:03 or something, and not 100% there. But anyways, it was the Kentucky Derby time. And I obviously didn't get it. And I'm the only person in this class that like had a racing background, that I'm immersed, and I've picked my entire career trajectory to be in horse racing. And I missed the freaking bonus question for a final exam. And my professor, and I still eats at me to this day. So
I still think they need to open up a horse player university. You could send your kids to go be, professional horse players. Forget about training and all that stuff. I just want to go hang out at the track and lay bets all day.
Yeah, right.
Why work?
I mean, there's always a lot to learn. There's a ton to learn in this industry. I think we're always learning. And anybody that says you're not Get out of here. Nobody needs ya.
That's right.
Get out of here. All right, they're on the track. Still 6 minutes to post. It definitely does look sloppy at this angle. It didn't a little bit earlier, but you can see puddles from where it was not groomed. So even where it's groomed, you can kind of still see some water kind of built up. We're looking for tire tracks. If you were not tuning in earlier,
I think I actually found one.
Yes, Mary talked about how she had heard that jocks will look for tire tracks on sloppy tracks to get a little bit more traction. So if you're looking at the feed right now, find a tire track and then determine what horse is going to hit it, because that's going to be the winner. Oh, Matt is dropping Horseplayer University, where we teach you to win back your tuition costs.
See, amen.
Well,
That will be a college that will be sued very quickly.
what Dennis is saying below, the comment below, having like a school, where general studies stop, I feel like that's pretty common in Europe. Because I did robotics in high school, and we used to have teams from all over the world come over for championships. And I met these Dutch kids who, like, after middle school, they went to like specialized schools. Like, they knew they wanted to be engineers. They went to like a special engineering high school that kind of paved the way for them. So I think that's like a pretty common thing outside of like North America. I don't know.
So sophomore year of high school. So then your 2 years, your junior. Mia Bear is just glowing right now, ladies and gentlemen. For
2 to 5.
2 to 5. 2 to 5.
2
Better
to 5.
one. Shoot. Has she run on any slop? There's a muddy. That's the freaking race. She won by 13 lengths.
There you go.
Cool.
There you go.
Don't bet anything else. Mia Bear's got this.
Getting back to the Horseplayer University, now you got me thinking. My gears are moving. I'm not going to be able to go to bed till like 2:00 in the morning now, because I'm thinking about all this stuff. But think about it. We could have a course on horse race Twitter. You could have a whole seminar on it. What do you think?
Don't get the headliner. Don't get involved.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you see something you disagree with, walk away. I actually personally don't mind horse racing Twitter. There's been a couple times that it has gotten a little dicey, but for me overall, it has been a semi.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met any of you guys had not been.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. See, there's good things behind it.
Good vibes. Good vibes. All right, Chris. So this is yours to call. So how's Twinspire feed?
We're good. It's looking good. I got the numbers and the horses right next to me. Let's see if I can completely screw this up.
Dennis, I'm not putting that comment.
And I just found, and listen, if you're not watching this, I just found some serious tire tracks on the left-hand side of the track. So that's where I'm running right there. If you stay out by the grass, that's exactly. If I'm a jockey, I'm going out by the grass.
Yeah, who's this green number 5? Where you going, bro? He's like, let me check these out and see what the firm nature is. Here's a pet peeve of mine, and I support all jockeys, so this is no jockey hate. I cannot stand when they ride like that, although this guy actually has a decent seat, so he's not pounding the horse's back. But I hate when they ride with their feet out of the stirrups, because normally I think they're probably stretching their legs or something.
Why do they do that sideways stuff? Why do they do that sideways stuff where they bring the horse sideways to trot back like that guy was just doing up along the grass?
So that's not anything the jock's doing. That's kind of the horse. Like, I think what the jock's probably doing is trying to hold its head so it goes straight. And the horse probably is moving its body, because the horses, they're all herd animals for the most part, which is why when you see them get loose, they go either back to the barns or they find the other horses and they stay with the horses. So realistically, most race horses are not taught proper steering or, like, we're going to stop now, because that's just not what they need to do. They just need to know that we're going here. If I hold you, don't go much faster, and so on and so forth. So for the most part, their bodies kind of go where they want to go. And there's like just a little bit of steering involved, because they just aren't, that's not where they're training. Their training is get out of the gate. Their training is, get to the left, get to the right, like open up, slow down. That's about it. So Yeah, I guess, does that answer your question?
Yeah, I'm just curious. I don't ever ride horses, and I grew up with harness horses, but there's a lot of things like that I don't know about.
Yeah, it's not anything necessarily the jock's doing, except potentially the jock is trying to keep the horse to the left, and the horse really kind of wants to go towards the other horses and go to the right. So the body will go, but the jock is holding the head here, so it's like the body goes. But it's so I've still got to do. I had an awesome experience with Bruno with the works, looking at horses on the Keeneland backside in the morning and clocking. And so some of the stuff that's interesting that you'll see is, like, for instance, if you see a horse just kind of galloping and their head is cocked or their body is like just looks a little weird, it just might be the horse being cheeky. So as we talk about a lot, be curious, not judgmental. So just the next time you see that horse work, is he doing the same exact thing? If you ever seen that horse run, is there a tendency that way, or was he just being cheeky that morning? So, and that's what they can do, all different types of things and body movement. And probably the last thing I'll drop is, like, for instance, in the horse that I have who's off the track thoroughbred, like sometimes they'll evade something that's hard. So if I'm asking him to like use his back left to do something, if it's hard, he might go like all the way to the right, something like that, to try to get away from what's hard. And so sometimes that can just be, what they're doing. Hard pass. And Cindy said, sometimes if the light's from the traffic on the right. Oh, so maybe she's saying they're spooking a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense too. You see a lot of the tracks where the cars are flying right by too. I wonder how that impacts them sometimes.
For the most part, thoroughbreds are awesome coming off the track because they see so much. They trailer all the time. So if anybody here is a riding horse fan, I can't advocate for getting a thoroughbred off the track and making that your riding horse, because they're awesome with the proper training, as always. But all right, guys, here's your last chance. So whoever is on this live stream, give us your pick in race 3, and then we will do the giveaway right after this race. And then we're going to wrap it up and allow people to go watch their football, watch the rest of the races. But we'll be on Twitter interacting. I'll be on Twitter. Mary's in the game. How's your stable duels going right now, guys?
Let's see.
I got 64 points.
Okay. So do you only had one horse run?
2. I finished second and a third.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's
Mary,
not
how
good
about
either.
you?
I have 60 points because apparently I used, let's see. Yeah, I had the 2 in the last one for my stable duel. So that wasn't great. It subtracted 0.75, but 0.75 is better than like 60 plus points. So
yeah, so the adjournment got, and so what you can do if you're in the leaderboard, see how it says above your stable, it says entry and results. You can click on race 2 and see the results of that race. So in the last race, Cuban Cobra, which was the favorite, got 62.75. Ready to Tap and Sing, 37.25. Lady Cop brought home 25.5. Brandon was 14.75. And then in the 5th place, it was negative 0.75. And that's because the 2 got beat by more than 10 lengths, which is what the 5 horse will bring home, is 10 lengths.
See, I learned something tonight. I didn't even know that was there, Brie.
Yeah. So leaderboard up in entry results, and you can see here. Let's type a little phone. Somewhere in there. There you go. But yeah, you can see the lineup of the exact results and see where they all came from. So some fun. But yeah, so we've got 6 races to go, including the 3rd. Chris is going to call this race that looks like they are getting to the gate right now, in lots of tire tracks. Lots of tire tracks over there.
I better put my
Todd,
glasses
who do you
on.
got in this one? I got to put you in the giveaway. Da-na-na, da-na-na. You got all
Bria,
the names down, Chris? You ready? Ooh, go ahead, Mary. What?
Oh, I didn't know if you have said this in the past or anything, but like how Stable Duel kind of came about.
Yeah. So we launched 2 years ago with paid games, and just the thought was to lower the barrier to entry to horse racing in general, bring in new fans, just a new way to play the races that was more engaging, social, and I mean, I guess that's kind of what the game does, and it's been really fun. It's, you know, horse racing is a tough industry in general, so we're always trying to add new tracks. We actually just added Los Al and Remington Park, so that's kind of exciting. And just a new way to play the races, and a lot of exciting things are coming. I mean, maybe before the end of the year, but we got a rider off number 6. Mia Bear's getting feisty. Maybe that's a 5 horse.
My feed keeps cutting off too, so hopefully I'm not going to blow this during the race.
Oh, excuses already.
Listen,
Oh boy.
as long as the 1 and the 5 come in somewheres in the money, me and Mary are going to look pretty smart.
Well, I think the jock who's just hanging out in 6, maybe he's just going to run on his own. Hope he's fast. No,
I mean,
so
the cool thing about Stable Duel is the information that they give you too, with showing like speed ratings, value ratings, and whatnot. So that's cool.
Yeah, that value ratings is really cool. Actually, that's probably my best Stable Duel finishes lately, is utilizing that information. So I really like it.
Yes. Well, we'll touch on that because I love that you both love that. Ooh, 5
And
jumps,
they're
right?
off.
There we go.
And it looks like 6, Mia Bear, goes to the front, followed by 3 at the Lyric. And then there's a grouping of the bunch. The 1 who is the early speed, Thrill of the Night, is trying to get up there along the rail. But still, it's 6, Mia Bear, leading the front end. The 3's gaining ground at the Lyric. 1's early speed, he's going to be fading. He's done. So 6, Mia Bear, owning the front end. The 3's making him push at the Lyric as they come into the stretch.
Hopefully
It's
Chad
Mia
and
Bear
Homer.
who's got the rail.
Yay!
At the Lyric, coming up alongside.
Oh, no.
Think he might have found a tire track. But no. Mia Bear. Looks like Mia Bear all the way. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Second place, the 3 at the Lyric. And I think the 3rd was our 2 that actually got bet down to 9-5. Kim's Texas Bling.
Kim's Texas Bling. Good job, Mia Bear. I'm a fangirl.
So 3 for 3. Bree, you got something going on here. You got the Chalk City here.
Well, I missed the last race terribly, so I wish I could take credit. But this one, it was one of my first favorite races of Assiniboia Downs to witness. So,
is this the last week of this place?
No, one more. We got one more.
Closing
week next week. Yep, 6-5 on that one. 7-2 at the Lyric. 9-5. Ooh, speaking of Chalk City, and then the 1 horse. The 1 horse that went completely backwards stayed up for 4 somehow, and 9-1, Thrill of the Night.
We should be forced to stay on until the Chalk loses a race. Dennis says it's going to happen.
Yeah, this one was chalky. But it's Mia Bear. Like, you just can't.
You can't bet against Mia Bear. All right.
No. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Hang on, I gotta switch screens here.
Where'd the 5 finish? Did 5 finish the 5th, I hope?
I don't
That could be my lifesaver.
A lot to like. I don't know, they should show a replay, or did they already show it?
Yeah, that's what I get for trying to find value.
Let's see who owns. Done Work in Stables. Aw, that's cute. That's cute. 5 was last. Oh, womp womp.
Oh,
I guess there wasn't a lot to like.
I guess
There was not.
you know what? I didn't like him. The only thing I liked about him is $250. Let's just keep it real.
All right, here's this. And yes, this is free. Here we go. So we got Cindy, Dennis, Matt, Todd, Keith. Hey, shout out to the ladies. Cindy's winning it. And there's clapping that you all can't hear that I can hear. Congrats, Cindy. Let me type this out.
Oh, I think we can hear it. I heard it.
Oh, did you hear? Oh, good.
Yeah, it wasn't my clapping. I heard that too. But I heard the actual clapping. I don't know, Chris, did you hear that, or was that just in my head?
I think it was in your head.
And if you want a white or blue tee. Boom. Put that in the chat. Congrats, Cindy. So email support@stableduel.com, or you can DM us on Twitter. I know you said something about Twitter, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, she's in Canada.
Oh, man.
So what does that mean?
Well,
Maybe I can get the track to send you something. Dennis calling it out. We'll
Does that
figure
mean-
it out.
Is Dennis the alternate winner?
No, Dennis won something last time, and I've never seen him tweet so fast in my life.
Yeah. Dennis just said he's calling an objection though.
Objection, hold all tickets. Oh, Bree, she's in Canada. Well, we're excited that you're tuning in here. We'll figure it out. I'm sure they can send you something. Or I have a gray shirt too. We'll save all these for next week.
What was the other thing you were giving away? It was a ASD shirt and there's something else.
So I have, so we've got this ASD hat. We have a blue t-shirt.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice. Cotton. We all like cotton. And then we have a gray t-shirt. Dennis got the black one last week.
Whoa, you get like a whole wardrobe here.
I know. I don't ever have to buy clothes. And then we have a white one. Yeah. I think that's... trying to think what else I got over here in my at-home office. I do have a bobblehead of Edgar Prado to give away one of these days in case there's any big Edgar fans.
Because Edgar Prado, when I was like 5 or 6 years old in Saratoga, I was underneath the clubhouse and box seats with my mother, and my mother was looking at the screens, and she was looking at the will pays and probables and stuff. And Edgar was just getting off his mount after that race, and they're going down the jockey walkway, and all these girls are running after him, like, oh my God, I want your goggles. And I was like a 5-year-old kid, like on the side here, and like he came off the path, and he like offered me his goggles, and he's like, do you want these?
Aww. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah, I got to figure out what to give it away for and with, but I do. So Mia Bear paid $450. I actually think there's some value on that one.
You should have hammered it.
I know.
Is that a picture of Mia Bear over to your right-hand side, Brent?
Yes, I painted it myself. This one, I don't know. Let's see. Let me go up here. So I will say the cool thing about this art piece, though, is so you see the horse here and you see the painter here.
Yeah.
And you see he's holding an art piece. It is the same painting. So this painting is in the painting that he's holding. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really cool.
Who's the horse? Is that like Secretariat or something?
So it says, our mutual friend, the horse, from the painting by Sir Alfred Munnings. So maybe we'll call it Munnings.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually signed. I got this from an old boss, and there was there's a water damage right here, and I framed it. So you can still see the water damage.
Is it a real painting or is it like a print?
I think it's a real painting because he signed
nice.
it. I think. But yeah, like it's obviously maybe semi-worthless because of water, but not to me. I think it's very pretty.
Nice.
I like it. So, all right, guys, enough about my art pieces. But yeah,
I was just actually hoping you start raffling off and spinning the wheels and giving away everything in your office.
Yeah, well, the bar cart's in the back here. This is my dining room, so. So yeah, I've got, I don't know, There's the only wine that lives in this house is terrible wine. So if it's good wine, it's gone within 24 hours. If it's bad wine, it's here. So if anybody wants some bad wine, I've got plenty of it for you. But that's it. All right, guys. That we're just gonna wrap up the live stream right there in race 3. There are 5 more races to go, starting with race 4. Lots more to be played in the Stable Duel app. So good luck if you're playing. Again, lots of money is going to be won in the $25 contest, and we have the free ride as well. And thank you for tuning in. But most of all, Mary and Chris, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out and playing along.
Thanks for having us. I always appreciate the time that you bring.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you want people to like follow up on? Follow Mary on Twitter, check her and Rennie Time, Mike out on their Smoke and Mirror. Anything else, Mary?
No, that's it. And Chris and Eddie have something really cool too, so people should check that out.
Chris, would you like to introduce what you have?
Yeah, first off, I want to say it's nice to talk to both of you, and Mary. I have a lot of respect for you guys. I think I can do the Rennie impression down pack. I'll save it for the next time. But
I've done that once drunk. I did that drunk, and I sent him a video of me.
Let's go. Yes.
And I like the falling on the couch. That's always the best.
Yes. I don't know if I could smoke those stinky cigarette things though. That would be a stretch. But no,
I don't think they're cigarettes. But
they're definitely not cigarettes.
All right, but on a serious note, I'm really excited about the park. I don't get excited about parks, just for the record, but I'm really excited about this Saturday card. I already looked at it. I previewed it. Bree, you may be there in person. I know that I've got a good show coming up for Friday morning. With you guys are going to really be excited about seeing the show. And then the other thing is, listen, I'm not charging anything for the pay sheets. I'm still working on some stuff. I just added some stuff in the pay sheets about form. Those of you other guys, and I know there's some smart people in here that do a lot of stuff, but check it out and learn it. The thing I would ask you to do is read the key. Just don't look at it and say, what the hell is this thing going on? Read the key. And I keep saying it, but at some point, probably this week, I am going to make a little 5-minute snip video so I can explain it better, because I know people don't like to read sometimes. They just like to watch it. So again, thank you for your time tonight.
Yeah, and just something that you can go to the website. There is a Spot Plays Pace visual guide, and that helps and walks you through it. So if you spent 5 minutes looking at that, you wouldn't have all the questions that I have. And it is sitting here right in front of me. And it is easy to look at. So check that out. That's on the website as well. And if he's not charging, guys, go, run, get there.
Free is free. And if you can get free and cash a few bets, go for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you all for tuning in. Dennis is, as always, telling you that he's happy to be on the show with you.
Awesome.
Dennis, you're great. A great guest.
Thank you,
all right, guys.
I appreciate it.
Good night.
All right.